Hi folks, welcome to the Cobb TV studio today with a special guest, Jessica Guinn. She's head of community development here in Cobb County, and we are here to talk about one topic called the Unified Development Code. And Jessica, why don't you tell us what the heck that is?
Yes, absolutely. It's a project we're very excited about. Currently in Cobb County, we have several documents that regulate development within the unincorporated county area. So of course there's your county code, your zoning ordinance. Then we also have development standards, which is a separate document. And for several key areas of the county, there's also design guidelines. So essentially, it's several hundreds of pages in multiple documents that regulate development in Cobb County. So what we're looking to do with the Unified Development Code is to actually combine all of those into sort of a one-stop shop for zoning and development standards here in Cobb.
And this is not something we just made up on the spur of the moment or over even the last couple of years, right?
Oh, absolutely not. This is something that we've been talking about for a little while, and I've been speaking with the Board of Commissioners about it for several months. And it's something that happens periodically throughout metro regions, counties and cities throughout the metro region, including Gwinnett County, Forsyth County, Douglas County, Henry County, even some of our cities here in Cobb, Kennesaw and City of Powder Springs have gone to a unified development code. And whenever you look at the codes that we have currently in Cobb, those were adopted several decades ago. And over the years, we've amended them, piecemealed them, cleaned them up as we needed to. But after several years, it's time to really take a fresh look at your standards and see what we can do to streamline and improve the process.
One of the concerns that has come out, and again, in the communication world we live in today that I'm all too familiar with, when there gets to be a narrative about something, it kind of spreads and it's hard to control what people are saying about a certain thing. One of the big concerns about the Unified Development Code, or UDC, is that it's going to change the makeup of Cobb County. It's going to change how our neighborhoods look. Is that going to happen?
Absolutely not. And Cobb County is such a special place. I'm born and raised in Cobb County, love Cobb County. And one of the things that I think makes Cobb County so special and great is that we do have something for everyone here. We have large lot residential in West Cobb where I live. You even have some more rural areas. We have lots of wonderful single-family neighborhoods that are existing and continuing to grow and to be a wonderful place for people to raise their families here in Cobb. And then we also have some great activity centers, like you see what's happening at the Battery. And again, just a broad range of opportunities to live and work here in Cobb County. And with the Unified Development Code, basically the same standards will be in place. There will be some updating to refresh them to reflect the current day and time, but also ultimately what you see in your neighborhood is going to be pretty much the same.
One of the things that's been brought up is that we're going to go out to an outside firm to help us develop this. And the question is, why is that necessary? Why can't we do that in-house?
Yes, and that's a great question, Ross. As you know, here in Cobb, we do run a lean organization, and my agency, the Community Development Agency, is no exception to that. With so much that's happening here in Cobb, there's a lot of new development, there's a lot of new zoning activity. We simply do not have the staff to be able to take on a project of this magnitude and still continue to do the day-to-day work of serving our citizens and businesses here in Cobb. So ultimately, in order to be able to take on this type of project in-house, we would need to bring on probably at least 2 or 3 more seasoned senior level planners. And of course, that would be a long-term budgetary commitment for the county. So to bring on a consultant that also is going to bring a fresh set of eyes and some expertise that we don't have in-house is appropriate for a project like this.
There's been some concerns raised too about the lack of even the words suburban or suburbia in these documents or the RFQs or anything, like it's trying to squeeze that out of Cobb County. Is that a viable concern?
Absolutely not. Again, Cobb County has a number of wonderful suburbs here. We expect those suburbs will continue to thrive and do well here and be great neighborhoods for our families to live in. But through this code update, we'll also be able to ensure that we've got the right standards in place to continue protecting those neighborhoods and to ensure that development that comes in nearby is appropriate for those areas.
So I've been here now at the county just long enough to learn a bunch of stuff, just to learn enough to be dangerous. How's that? So I think that part of the confusion is winding this UDC in with the comp plan that we have to do every so often. When it comes to what might change the look of Cobb County, do Do you think that's the case, that people are winding this in with the comp plan?
It could be, and I think a lot of people don't really understand all the different components of planning here in Cobb County. Those codes, the zoning codes, the development standards, and eventually the UDC are certainly important tools. But ultimately, the comprehensive plan is the policy document that guides development within the county. And currently we're working right now to update the 2040 comprehensive plan. And of course, that's a 20-year long-range planning document that looks at what do we have here in Cobb County right now? What do we think the population of Cobb County is going to look like in the future? And then what types of land uses do we need to have, housing, all of those sorts of things in order to support that future population. So that comprehensive plan, which includes the future land use map, is really the policy document that guides what type of development goes where. And then ultimately the codes, the design guidelines, development standards, all of those are tools, the regulatory tools to achieve the goals that are outlined in the comprehensive plan.
And one thing I do know, because we help distribute this information, that when it comes to the comprehensive plan, there's always plenty of opportunity for the residents of the county to weigh in on that.
Yes, absolutely. And we're really excited to get that process kicked off. Really, we'll start that process in earnest after the first of the year with a number of town hall meetings that will be specifically for the update of the 2040 comprehensive plan. We'll have one meeting in each district within the county. We'll also have a virtual meeting, and certainly residents are able to attend any and all if they'd like to. And we really look forward to having some robust public participation on that plan.
So going back to the Unified Development Code, what's going to happen next in that? And then if people are interested in that process, how can they be involved?
Similar to the comprehensive plan, we will have a lot of opportunity for public input. The next step for the Unified Development Code will be to select the consultant, and of course, we'll have to bring that forward to the Board of Commissioners for approval. And once we have our consultant on board, they will be tasked with really putting together the public participation initiatives. I expect that we'll have a number of opportunities for in-person participation, just as we do with the comprehensive plans for your town hall meetings, the required public hearings, and those sorts of things. But we also want to be sure we provide opportunity for people who may not be able or willing or interested in coming out to public meetings to still give meaningful feedback and to be informed on the project through the project website, social media. I'm sure we'll have some online surveys and those sorts of things too, to really be sure that we provide an opportunity for all of Cobb County stakeholders to participate in the process.
You already touched on this, but zipping forward to the future, once the UDC's in place, how's that going to change the way your office operates? And I think you mentioned it would just streamline a lot of operations.
And that's really key, is streamlining things. Again, with several documents currently guiding development, it is a little bit cumbersome for our residents and our businesses to understand, and also for design professionals who are looking to have an understanding of what our requirements are here in Cobb, but also even at a staff level, just to have a one-stop shop for our staff reviewers, those who are reviewing plans, to be able to see all of the requirements for any given property or any type of development.
All right, appreciate you coming in here, try to explain some of this stuff that typically goes over my head, and I think a lot of others as well. We're going to have a lot of information on our website, especially as this process moves on. So go to cobbcounty.org. You should be able to see a link for it on the front page once we get that up. And Jessica, thanks for coming in here and explaining some of this to us.
Thank you. We look forward to participating with everyone in Cobb and seeing some of you out at the meeting soon. Thank you.